Hello, this is Ozic. Welcome to the basic grammar be-verb class. As you can see in the table of contents, the course has 5 main parts plus extra videos, and this video is the third part. We already covered important guidelines in the previous video, so I won't repeat them here. However, I want to stress again, approach words by looking at whole sentences and pay attention not only to pronunciation, but also to stress and intonation. Also, these teaching materials were created after many years of research, so please don't use them without contacting us first and giving proper credit. The lesson materials include 23 pages with exercises, which you can download after signing up on our website. We recommend printing and following along with split-screen viewing, but you can also watch without downloading. The purpose of learning grammar is only one thing: to communicate smoothly. Let's get started. In part 1 and 2, we looked at identity expressions with the verb be in the first person, second person, and third person. Apart from learning to take in the information in word order, there should not have been much that was grammatically difficult. However, as we mentioned in the table of contents, in this video, we will focus on the 7 grammar points you need to be careful about when using the third person. This is very important in conversation, and it also appears often in exams. The first point is the difference between the contraction, it's, and the possessive, its. They look almost the same, and the pronunciation is also the same. That's why many learners confuse them. In fact, the one with an apostrophe means it is, and the one without an apostrophe is the possessive. That's the opposite of what you might expect. Let's look at some examples. This is not your ring. It is mine. Here, the brown color shows the contraction it is. The cat plays with the ball. It is a small toy. Here, the green color shows the possessive form its, and the brown color shows the contraction it is. The dog moves its tail. It is a happy dog. Again, the green color shows the possessive, and the brown color shows the contraction. My best movie is Love Story. Its last scene is very moving. It is the best scene. Again, pay attention to the difference between the green possessive and the brown contraction. The country is making a new big ship that carries planes. It is a strong weapon. Its size is 3 times a soccer field. Once more, notice the difference between the green possessive and the brown contraction. To explain more simply, the contraction its is a subject and verb together, so of course it can only be used in the subject position. The possessive its can be used in the subject position, but also in many other positions. Think of it like my book. That phrase can be used as the subject too. Now let's check the stress and listen. Even though the green part and the brown part look the same and sound the same, their role in the sentence is different. Please pay attention to that and read along.
It is not your ring. It's my ring. The cat is playing with its ball. It's a small toy. The dog is wagging its tail. It's a happy dog. My favorite movie is Love Story. Its ending is really moving. It's the best scene. The country is building a new aircraft carrier. It's a powerful weapon, and its size is 3 times that of a football field.
Now let's try a long sentence. Again, we will take in the information in their word order. Last year, I saved money to buy something special for me. After I looked in many shops, I finally found a watch that I really like. It is a very good watch. We tried hard to make a surprise party for our friend. Sadly, nothing went right with the plan. People also came late. In the end, it was a terrible disaster with blood everywhere. This last part is a figurative expression. It means it was really bad, it was a failure. Everybody wears nice clothes at the event. There are many decorations. It is not a wedding, however. As you can see, there is no big problem with understanding the information. Let's check the position of stress and listen.
Last year, I saved money to buy something special for myself. After looking at many stores, I finally found a watch that I really liked. It's a nice watch.
We tried to organize a surprise party for our friend. Unfortunately, nothing went as planned and people arrived late. In the end, it's a bloody disaster.
Everyone is wearing nice clothes in the event. There are a lot of decorations. It's not a wedding though.
Let's look at some real examples. Close your eyes. Focus on its weight, on if it is hot or cold, and on its shape. This is a line from a movie where someone is training another person. Here is another famous line. Each thing in this small street market has its own story and its own past. Now let's check the stress and listen. Please remember, do not just memorize the word meaning by itself, but understand it through the whole sentence. Don't put it off. It won't be easy, but doing it now will make your review much faster.
Close your eyes. Take note of its weight, its temperature, and its shape.
Each item in this flea market has its own story, its own history.
The second point is the impersonal subject. Through personal pronouns, we learn that pronouns replace nouns. But in the case of the impersonal subject, as the name suggests, there is no noun that it replaces. In English, the subject is always required, so it is just a grammar tool to fill the empty subject space. Sometimes in conversation, it can also point to the whole situation or context. In any case, it is simply filling the place of the subject. It has no real meaning, and therefore we do not translate it. For example, today is Friday. It is Friday. The meaning of both sentences is the same, but even though it is the subject, we do not translate it. Of course, the same is true in the past tense or future tense. Today is May 5th. It is May 5th. Here, you don't need the word today because the present tense already shows it. Today is Christmas. It is Christmas today. The meaning of both sentences is the same. Now, it is not 2 o'clock, it is 12 o'clock, time to eat lunch. It is hot here. It is not noisy in this cafe. It is raining outside. 10 kilometers? I think it is 3 kilometers to the station. It feels strange and scary in this house. Let's get out. In all these examples, the impersonal subject it has no meaning. Now let's check the stress and the pronunciation and listen. Please remember what you learned on this screen, especially the impersonal subject it.
It is Friday today. It is May 5th. It is Christmas today. It's not 2 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock now. It's time for lunch. It's hot here. It's not noisy in this cafe. It's raining outside. 10 kilometers? I suppose it's only 3 kilometers to the station. It feels strange and creepy in this house. Let's get out of here.
Now let's try a long sentence. Depending on your level, it may feel difficult, but don't be afraid. Face the challenge and you will grow. Everybody acts very nervous today. It is not normal. We need to be careful and to watch what will happen next. Not too hard, right? Did you forget your umbrella at home? It is not a big problem. We can use together my umbrella until the rain stops. We waited all week for the concert, but the band played only 3 songs. It was a letdown, which means a little disappointment. We wanted more, right? Not too bad either, right? They want us to finish all this in 1 hour. It is very stupid. Nobody can do it in such a short time. Here is a part of a famous Michael Bublé song. I am happy you are the one who left. That means I am happy you are gone from me. It is a good day. It's a fun song, and the lyrics are nice. Please try listening to it.
I'm glad that you're the one who got away. It's a beautiful day.
Now let's check pronunciation and stress. The speed may feel a little fast, but if you practice, everyone can do it.
Everyone is acting very nervous today. It's not a normal situation. We need to be careful and watch what happens next.
You forgot your umbrella at home? It's not a big deal. We can share mine until the rain stops.
We waited all week for the concert, but the band only played 3 songs. It's a bit of a letdown, isn't it? I expected much more.
They want us to finish all this work in 1 hour. It's just too stupid. Nobody can do that in such a short time.
The third point is personification. In English, there are 3 genders: masculine, feminine, and neuter. In general, things are treated as neuter. However, sometimes they are treated as masculine or feminine. For speakers of Korean and many other languages that do not have grammatical gender for nouns, this can feel difficult or awkward. There are many reasons and historical backgrounds, but since this is a basic grammar course, let's look at just a few simple points. First, sometimes it is just tradition, or because of the influence of literature. Until the Middle English period, English had grammatical gender for nouns, like German or French, but after being influenced by many other languages, English lost almost all gender. Still, some things are sometimes treated as masculine or feminine. But even this now mostly appears only in poetry or other literary works. And because of the influence of gender equality, this usage is expected to disappear soon. As a side note, the next example sentences do not contain this word, but since it is important, let's check the stress of this word. Tradition, literature, gender, equality. In general, things that are strong, big, or violent are treated as masculine. For example, winter, anger, and war. Things that are beautiful, weak, that give birth, or that create life are treated as feminine. For example, the season spring. Also, words that mean universal values like mercy, peace, and freedom are often treated as feminine. Nature is treated as feminine too because it gives life. And a country is also often treated as feminine, just like we say motherland. Please remember, this is just background information and not always the case. Let's look at some examples. The storm made strong anger, but the wind gives good hope. In this sentence, the storm is treated as masculine and the wind is treated as feminine. Here, the pronouns his and her do not mean real people. Now let's check the stress and listen.
The storm called forth his anger, but the wind brings her bright hope.
Winter came early this year. It was very quiet in the trees, but soon spring came into the valley. She had a warm smile. As you can see, winter is treated as masculine and spring is treated as feminine. Now let's check the stress and listen.
Winter came early this year, whispering his silence through the trees, but soon spring danced into the valley with her warm smile.
Death is patient. He waits for the time to take this baby. This already makes sense, right? Here, death is treated as masculine because it does not give life but takes it away. Now let's check the stress and listen.
Death is patient and waiting for his moment to strike this infant.
Justice has cloth on her eyes, seeing with her heart, not with her eyes. Here, justice, a traditional value, is treated as feminine. Now let's check the stress and listen.
Justice wears a blindfold. She sees with her heart, not with her eyes.
Nature heals all wounds. She gives life to every living thing, and she speaks through the wind, the rain, the snow, and the stars. Here, nature is treated as feminine. This is possible because women give birth and mothers give life to children. I love my country. She raised me and kept me safe, and she still lives in my heart. So, whenever she calls me, I will go to my country. Not always, but sometimes a country is also treated as feminine because people think of the country as something that gave them life. Now let's check the stress and listen. This time, focus especially on the feminine pronouns and read along.
Nature heals all wounds. She gives life to all living things and speaks through her wind, rain, snow, and stars. I love my homeland. She raised me and kept me safe, and she still lives in my heart. So, whenever she calls me back, I'll be on my way to her.
Transportation has modernized, and the English expressions related to it have also evolved. But when it comes to ships, many traditions still remain. One of these traditions is treating ships as feminine. This comes from the idea of a ship as a mother or a protector. On the sea, which is very unpredictable, the ship keeps us safe. Even today, most ship names are feminine names. The ship Queen Mary 5 knows the stars better than we do. She takes us home without one word. Notice the name is Queen, not King. The ship Lady Hoya is more than wood and sailing. She was our hope on the endless sea. We look up to her power in the storm. Again, it is lady, not gentleman. Now let's check the stress and listen.
Queen Mary 5 knows the stars better than we do. She guides us home without a word. Lady Hoya is more than wood and sail. She was our hope on the endless sea. We admire her strength during the storm.
Sometimes people personally decide to give objects a gender. This is not a grammar rule, but just a way to show personal feelings or thoughts. You may do this too in everyday life in your native language, even if it's not about gender exactly. For example, have you used that cute pen? That little kid writes so well and is really nice. This is like personifying the pen, treating it as if it were a person. Just like this, we often give human qualities to things to make talking about them more fun or friendly. Let's look at some examples. Our rabbit is shy, but likes it when we bring fresh lettuce. Normally, animals are treated as neutral, using it. But since the rabbit here is like part of the family, it is treated as a person, masculine. This is also very common with pets like dogs or cats. I watch my hamster every morning, running on the wheel like a race. Here again, the hamster is treated as a person because it is loved and cared for like a family member. When I feel sad, I hug my old blanket. It is soft and I like it. It is like my best friend. Even though the blanket is just a thing, it is given the role of a close friend, so it is treated as feminine. My toy robot does not work anymore, but I still keep it because it is my favorite. Here, the robot is treated like a friend, so it is described as masculine. Now let's check the stress and listen.
Our rabbit is shy, but he gets excited when we bring him fresh lettuce. I watch my hamster every morning, and she runs on her wheel like it's a race. When I feel sad, I hug my old blanket. She is soft and warm like a real friend.
My toy robot doesn't work anymore, but I still keep him because he was my favorite.
Here is a short dialogue between a mother and her daughter. Mom, where is my rabbit doll? It is very dirty, so I washed it. Now it is drying. What? It? She is not a thing. Oh, sorry. Now your friend is sunbathing. I made this witty dialogue to help your understanding. You can see the point clearly, right? Now let's check the stress and listen.
Mommy, where's my bunny doll?
It was really dirty, so I washed it and now it's drying.
Not it, she.
Oh, sorry. She's sunbathing right now.
Here is the next example. Ugh, a lizard. That is so scary and ugly. What? That? He is my baby. And he is not even a lizard. You can easily understand what is happening in this situation, right? Now let's check the stress and listen.
Ugh, lizard? That's gross.
He's not a lizard.
The fourth point. The pronoun he used to be common when a person's gender was unknown. But because of gender equality, we now say he or she. We use it when we don't know the gender or when we want to include both genders. Let's look at examples. Every student must bring homework. If someone forgets it, he or she will get a warning from the teacher. This is a common way to include both genders. In writing, not in speaking, people also sometimes use this short form to save space. It's informal, though. When a customer calls, the staff member should ask for the name. Then the worker, whoever it is, he or she can give the right help. In our slide, green highlights the inclusive pronoun for the customer, and pink highlights the inclusive pronoun for the staff. When a new student comes to our school, show him or her around. On the first day, he or she may feel nervous. In this case, we don't know the new student's gender, so we use he or she. I am pregnant. Wow, big news. Is it a boy or a girl? I hope for a girl, if possible. You can picture the situation without extra explanation, right? Be careful. In this kind of question, we usually use the indefinite article a in front of the pronouns he and she. Now let's check the stress and listen. Please pay special attention to the pronouns.
Every student must bring his or her homework to class. If he or she forgets it, the teacher will give a warning. When a customer calls, the staff member should ask for his or her name. Then he or she can give the right help. If a new student arrives, please show him or her around the school. He or she might feel nervous on the first day.
I'm having a baby.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Is it a he or a she?
I hope it's a she, if possible.
Now let's try long examples. Don't be afraid. Some words are still difficult and some grammar points are new. But if you read slowly, in word order, you will understand. Someone left a present on your desk this morning. No name was written. So it is a mystery. Do you know who did it? I think maybe it was a girl. You can understand the situation, right? We don't know the gender. As we know, someone in this room took the picture last night. The clue shows more than one person. So where did the man hide the picture? Or maybe the woman detective? Maybe we must check all the bags before everyone leaves. Here again, the gender of the thief is unknown. Now a longer one. This is a police officer talking strongly to a suspect. The officer does not know the lawyer's gender. You keep asking if you need a lawyer. We cannot give you legal advice, but we can say this. Your lawyer, maybe a man or a woman, will come here and will tell you, say nothing. So, do you want to wait for your lawyer? Or do you want to keep talking now? Now let's check the stress and listen. Don't be scared by the length. Remember the stress and the meaning we learned. If the speed feels too fast, press pause and repeat.
Someone left a gift on your desk this morning. He or she didn't write a name, so it's a mystery. Do you have any idea who it could be? I think it's a she though.
We know someone in this room took the painting last night. The clues point to more than one person. Then where would he hide the painting? Or is it she, detective? Maybe we should search everyone's bags before we leave.
You keep asking if you need a lawyer. We can't give you legal advice, but I can tell you this. Your lawyer, he, or maybe she, would come in here and tell you not to talk to us. So, do you want to wait for your lawyer, or do you want to keep talking now?
The fifth point is case. Simply put, it's a grammar term that shows what role a noun or pronoun plays in a sentence. For example, subjective case if it's the subject, objective case if it's the object. Another example is the possessive case. You don't need to memorize these terms, but we must mention them because pronouns have some important rules in usage. This sentence may look correct at first, but it's actually incorrect. My sister is a pro golfer. I am a pro golfer. Here we use I, not me, because it's the subject. So the subject case is correct. Therefore, when we combine the two, the correct form is my sister and I. Of course, together they can also be replaced with we. Let's check the stress and listen.
My sister and I are professional golfers. We are professional golfers.
For the same reason, the next type of sentence is also wrong if you use the objective or possessive case for the subject. She is an expert. So we must use the subject case she. And this sentence should be written like this. Ben and she are very good experts in software. Of course, in this case, you can also combine them as they. Let's check the stress and listen.
Ben and she are skilled experts in their software. They are skilled experts in their software.
The sixth point is number agreement. Unlike some languages, English pays very close attention to number. This is a grammatical rule that speakers also follow naturally in everyday conversation, and because it is so consistent, we need to observe it carefully as well. Here, PL means plural. For example, we is plural, so you can easily see why the noun champions must also be plural. Now, is this sentence wrong? SG means singular. We is plural, and champion is singular. So at first it looks incorrect, but actually it is correct. In the first version, the idea is that each individual member of we is a champion. In the second version, we refers to the whole team as one single champion. That is why the famous song lyric, "We are the world," and is also correct. It means all of us together form one world. The same is true if we replace we with they. In one sentence, it means each individual among them is a champion. In the other, it means they are one champion team. As for the second person pronoun you already know it can mean singular or plural depending on context. For instance, in the earlier sentence you studied. In the first, you refers to many first-year students, hence plural. In the second, you refers to one fourth-year student, hence singular. So, if we say, you are the champions, it means all of you. Each one of you is a champion. But if we say, you are the champion, it means as a team, you are one champion. Or it can simply mean you, a single person, are the champion. This distinction between singular and plural is vital in English. It is strictly observed even in casual speech. For those whose language does not mark number as strongly, this is something to pay special attention to. Let's apply what we have learned. Both are used in the plural sense, so it is easy to understand. This means our orchestra has several conductors. But in reality, doesn't an orchestra usually have just one conductor? Jason is the conductor of our orchestra. Here the singular form is used, and it is perfectly correct. Mrs. Thompson is the headmaster of our school, and she always makes the final decision. Again, the school normally has only one principal, so the singular is natural. Shelby is their spokesperson for the International Olympic Games. Likewise, a spokesperson is usually one person. Generally, a spokesperson is a person who is chosen to speak officially for a group or organization. The key point is this. Number agreement does not mean that if one word is singular, every following noun must be singular, or if a word is plural, everything else must be plural. Rather, it means that your choice of singular or plural should be consistent with the actual situation. So use singular where there is only one, and plural where there are many. Agreement is about reflecting reality in your grammar. Now let's check pronunciation and stress, and then listen.
They are conductors of our orchestra. Jason is a conductor of our orchestra. Mrs. Thompson is our school principal, and she always makes final decisions. Shelby is their spokesperson for this worldwide Olympics.
Finally, let's talk about ain't. This is a very unusual negative form that appears only in spoken English. As you can see on the screen, ain't can replace almost every negative form we have studied. It can stand in for the past tense of the verb to be. It can replace negatives with verbs and auxiliaries. And it does this without changing its form, regardless of person, number, or tense. In other words, ain't is used very often in casual speech as a universal negative. However, it is important to note, unless you are in a very close informal relationship, you should avoid using it. Our words reflect who we are. Here is a famous line from the movie Avatar. The joke here is military humor. The idea being that training only counts if it's done under hard and uncomfortable conditions, like in the rain. Compare this with the grammatically correct version. And here is an even more famous line, one that almost everyone knows. It ain't over till it's over. This was first said in 1973 by Yogi Berra, then manager of the New York Mets. Since then, it has become a widely quoted expression. Again, compare it with the correct form. Now let's listen and focus carefully on stress and pronunciation.
If it ain't raining, we ain't training.
It ain't over till it's over.
In this video, we learned 7 important points related to the verb be. Most of them are so essential that they often appear in many exams. So make sure to review them carefully and try applying them in your daily life. If you actively use them in your speaking and writing practice, you'll soon notice a big difference. In the next Part 4 video, we'll continue with the lesson on the verb be. It covers not only grammar, but also key aspects crucial for reading comprehension, things you won't hear anywhere else. Thank you.